Welcome back to the Dragon Den, my loyal Dragonites. I'm King of Dragons 5000 coming at you with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series 4th sister, Inquisitor. Here we have the 4th sister pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at her details, let's run through her one and only accessory. She only comes with the Inquisitor saber and the blades, but it does look really nice and it does store on her back. With her one and only accessory out of the way, let's run through the 4th sister's details. The 4th sister is looking rather nice in her Inquisitor gear. As you would expect, she is wearing mostly black with some red trim, which is signature look for the Inquisitors. Her face sculpt is done really nice. The one thing Hasbro has done really good are alien head sculpts. The paintwork on her face is phenomenal, and I especially love her orange eyes. She is wearing a helmet, which is done really nicely. You can see some panel lines on it, some ridges, as well as her tendrils coming out of the back of her head. She is wearing this really impressive black armor, which has some really nice line work on it and some silver accents. It is made of a softer rubber, which does work nicely for the figure, and on the back of the figure you can see the support for her Inquisitor saber. On each of her shoulders she does have the Imperial insignia on her sleeves. Her sleeves are also done really nicely with some layered look to them, and then we do have some line work on her elbows. She is wearing a pair of black gauntlets, which look really nice both in terms of sculpt work and some silver accents. Taking a look at her belt, it's done exceptionally well. The sculpt work is phenomenal and the paint job looks rather nice. We have a big silver buckle in the front, and then we do have some pouches which do have some gunmetal and some red on it. She is wearing a really nice tunic which goes past her knees, and this tunic has some really nice sculpt work to it. It also has a little bit of paint with some red trim on the edges. And on the side of this tunic you can see some really impressive sculpt work on her. Her pants are rather plain, as they are just a pair of black pants. Besides the seam line on the side of her pants, there's really not too much detail on it other than folds and wrinkles. Finally, she is wearing a pair of what seems to be padded boots. The boots are sculpted really nicely. You can see some line work on it, and it's done exceptionally well by Hasbro standards. So overall, the 4th sister is looking really good here in action figure form. With her details out of the way, let's get her compared to our usual suspects. Here's the 4th sister pose next to the Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman. Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. The Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have her pose next to several other Inquisitors. So when posed with the other Inquisitors, the 4th sister is looking really good here. But with her comparisons out of the way, let's run through her articulation. The 4th sister has a ball joint in the head and in the neck, butterfly joint in her shoulders, arms do go out to the side and do a full 360, swivel hinge at her elbow, vertical hinge and swivel at her wrist, a ball joint in her mid-torso, hips go forward, kick back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel, swivel hinge in her knee, hinge in her ankle, and forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. She isn't the most articulated figure we've had a look at, but by Black Series standards, this is pretty much the standard articulation scheme. So with everything said and done about the 4th sister, let's get her posed for my final thoughts. The 4th sister Inquisitor is a really nice looking figure. However, I feel like she doesn't really bring much to the table. In terms of sculpt work, she has phenomenal sculpting details, but that's pretty much standard by Black Series. She's rather plain in the paint department, mostly cast in this black plastic with a little bit of silver and red here and there. The biggest standout for this figure is probably her face. That yellow plastic piercing through the black does make for a really good, imposing figure. I do like the fact that we are increasing the Inquisitor numbers, but they're really not characters that I can see people being excited about. If you're a fan of the Inquisitors, I can absolutely see you picking up the 4th sister here to join the ranks of the other Inquisitors. However, the casual Star Wars fan might look at this figure and wonder where she was the entire series, so I can see a lot of people passing on this figure. Honestly, if you're a fan of the Inquisitors, definitely pick this figure up, but if you're not really a fan of the Inquisitors or have any space for them, I can see you passing on this figure. So if you absolutely need the Inquisitors in your collection, definitely pick up the 4th sister, otherwise I think you can leave her on the pegs. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other Star Wars videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, and other goodies, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.